Volvo doesn't usually stir the pot in India. Certainly not as frequently as other premium car makers. But when it does, it makes sure it's basking in the limelight. This time around, the Swedish car maker is on an electric revolution, which involves converting half its portfolio into electric cars by 2025. Yes, that's the global goal. And the first one to get electrified is the XC40. The quirky-looking compact SUV from the Scandinavian company has taken the electric route and comes to India at a time when the EV trend has just started to catch on. Volvo is offering the XC40 Recharge in its P8 form, a single variant offering which will be loaded with everything Volvo is known for. Now, the XC40 Recharge may be an EV, but it shares almost all its aesthetics with the gasoline and diesel-powered versions.
Customary and traditional vertical stack taillight and pretty much everything else in terms of styling that screams Volvo. You know that from the XC40. It's just this Recharge that's been etched in here on the side, on the two-tone roofline, and the badge at the back that really gives it away. Of course, in the front, you also have the non-existent grille, but otherwise the styling is exactly like the XC40. That's a good thing in the Indian context because you want this car to be really attractive, good looking. The XC40 always had that covered. Now, the fact that this is Volvo's first electric product in a compact footprint also makes me hopeful on the pricing equation.
The XC40 Recharge has one of the best looking interiors and is of course the most spacious in the segment. It comes with top quality materials for the upholstery and sustainable too because the materials are partially recycled.
Just like the ICE counterpart, the XC40 Recharge gets a very appealing, very modern, very urban and young cabin design. The layout is great. There's lots of tech to talk about, but that's separate and we'll come to it. What's nice though is that the India spec will also follow that whole sustainability principle. So you've got that typical XC40 door fabric liner that's made out of recycled ocean plastic. Nice touch. The India spec will also not get leather anywhere in the cabin, and that's nice. In the premium brigade, to take that sort of a stance I think is really, really smart. Few other quirks very typical of Volvo that you can expect. Something like this, the glove box, open it, it's got this little fold out hook, and then you can hang up to 2 kgs there. So just a little grocery bag or a handbag, that's a nice touch and I like it. So good quality of materials, good finish, and another quirk, no start stop button. The car just senses that you're in, you have the key, and all you have to do is put it into drive. That's when everything comes to life.
At the heart of the Volvo XC40 Recharge beats an electric motor, and it comes with a single motor drivetrain relying on a 79 kilowatt-hour battery to develop a combined output from both the axles of 405 bhp and 660 Newton meters of peak torque, transferring power to all wheels via a single speed transmission. Now, this is good enough to accelerate to 100 kilometers per hour from a standstill in just 4.9 seconds, which is not bad in the EV realm since the Polestar 2 electric sedan is only 2 milliseconds quicker.
It's plenty sporty, the Recharge. It's a lot like the XC40, of course, and so you get the same kind of drive dynamics, really nice ride quality, a fairly stiff overall feel, which is really responsive as well in terms of the energy that you get. That's not surprising for an electric, and the instant torque part you already know. It makes the car really fun to drive. You get instant response. You don't have different drive modes, mind you. It's only got an off-road mode that you can go into for a little extra traction, but otherwise you don't miss that too much because you get, like I said, really great response. You can go into the settings, into the drive settings that is, and adjust the steering feel. So you can make the steering a little stiffer. I like that, so I have done that. The other thing you can do in there is to go and click one pedal driving. So you don't have those 3 different regen modes. There's no paddle shift adjustment. Just go in there, like on the Jaguar I-Pace, you just turn it on or off. On is great because single pedal driving can be so much fun. You get used to it. It is really nice and dynamic, even in a driving sense. It kind of contributes to that. And you, of course, are sending more juice back into the battery.
And the range is a decent 400 odd kilometers. Only if you keep a soft touch over the pedal.
Now, the one thing I found a little bit annoying is that in the digital driving display here on the cluster, you get a quick little readout on the percentage of battery remaining, but you don't get driving range. And you know, when you're driving, that's the thing you want to keep an eye on. So that's a little annoying, but the good part is you can go into the screen here, range assistant, and straight away you get to see remaining kilometer range. And so that's reassuring. It's a nice big number. It's easy to read, even when you're driving.
It's almost impossible not to mention safety when we speak of Volvo. And in typical Volvo fashion, the car is loaded to the gills with features that is worth every penny.
Being a Volvo, tons of safety equipment, all standard. There will only be one India spec, one India variant, and so which means all of this will be loaded onto the car. You've got lots of stuff to talk about. Lane keep assist, you've got steering assist, you've got even the road sign recognition, which is really nice because you get to see the little speed limit pop up on the digital instrument cluster. And you've also got collision warning and active collision avoidance on board. So all of that, it's a Volvo. Should not be surprising, right?
On to the price then. Well, that's still not been announced, but a ballpark figure of 75 lakh rupees is something we are expecting. Yes, it's a bit expensive, but you know what? It would be the most affordable premium EV money can buy. And Volvo has sure played its cards right.